Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to make a really nice and warm cheese and onion pie. We've got some potatoes that I've washed, a couple of onions. We've got a mixture of cheeses. You can use whichever cheeses you like, but melty cheeses. We've got some mozzarella. I've got some parmesan that will add flavour, of course, and then I've got this masterdam, which is like Edam, Leerdam, something that melts, as long as you get the melty cheese. Take the rind off before. So, okay, so to start off, what we're going to do is cut these potatoes up, switch the oven on, cut the potatoes up and put them in a dish in the oven to roast. So we'll just cut them up. Try and get them similar sized, then they cook at the same time. I mean, they're a bit big, so they can go a bit smaller. Let's try and center this board a bit better. Let's stop flipping around. So, yeah, cut your potatoes up, or if you want, you can actually use baby potatoes and just put them in whole. If they're all similar size, they'll cook okay. So just put them in your dish, like this. I'm going to put this dish in the oven, just cut them all up, like I say, try and get similar sizes, if not, it's alright. And I'm thinking that might be enough actually, instead of doing all of them. Probably have enough with that one. So I'll save that for something else. So once you've got your potatoes in your dish, you want some salt. Bit of salt. Don't go crazy with it, because you're going to taste it all later. You will still taste your salt in your potatoes afterwards. Let's take that bit off. And we're going to put some olive oil to roast them. Again, not too much because it's going to be in the dish after. Give them a good mix up. Make sure they're coated in the oil. And then we're going to put those in the oven to roast for about 40 minutes, I'd say. Get them nice and cooked. They have to be cooked. So that's in the oven. I'll just wash my hands. Now, next job is to cut the onions up. Right, and by the power of the pause button, we're ready to put some butter in the pan. No but butter, because this will make a big difference to the flavour. And some olive oil, and the butter stops the olive oil from burning. Okay, so we'll get that melting, and like I say, by the power of the pause button, I've sliced the onions. I've sliced them. If you want to chop them up into small bits, then it's your choice. You can have smaller onions, you can have them this size. It's up to you how you want to feel it in your mouth when you're eating it. And we're going to melt this, and we're going to start and caramelise these onions. So we'll get them cooking. Get the onions and the butter together, it'll be fabulous. One thing I absolutely adore is onions. I love them raw or cooked. I like them either way, so that's it. There we go. Get your tools out before you start, you'll do a better job. There we go. Go on now. I've turned it down too much. Just get it going and get that butter melted. And then now a lot of people would put herbs in. Probably the favourite herb for this, I think, would be thyme, but I can't stand thyme. I really don't like it. Rosemary is another ideal, I think, but again, I'm not a big lover of that, so I'm not going to put any herbs in because I'm not that fond of herby food, you know what I mean. I don't think oregano would be good with this. Tarragon with the onions would be good, but I'm not sure with the cheese. So the only one I would, if you wanted to put a little bit of herb in it and you like thyme, put a bit of thyme in if you like. Just adds more flavour. But like I said, I hate thyme, can't stand it. So I don't use it. And of course I'm going to be eating this later for my tea. That's why I'm not adding it. Right. Just get them going. Get them nice and soft and caramelised. We'll put a little bit of salt and pepper in with them. A little bit, because like I say, we've got a bit of salt on the potatoes. You don't want it to go crazy salty, but you want your flavour. Another thing as well you could add, if you like the sweet, if you want it sweeter, the onions, a little bit of balsamic glaze. I actually have some white balsamic glaze, but it does add a sweetness to it, so you know, it's up to you. You can practice and play with it and add anything you feel like. You know, something else that would be good in this is some big chunks of like gammon or bacon. Any leftovers you've got would be good. I mean, you can also make this using a pastry crust. I'm going to show you with the potatoes to make a potato crust, and then it's gluten-free, I think. Then with just the potatoes, you don't have a crust, so then it makes it good for people who with celiac and everything and have to have it without gluten. And then with the other way is I would fry the onions and I would boil the potatoes and mash them and then mix the two together, get them really mashed really well. I do have a potato ricer, and you put your potatoes through the ricer, you wouldn't believe the difference. You get the creamiest mashed potatoes by using the potato ricer. And what I'll do, because I have links to Amazon and everything, I'll find a nice potato ricer and I'll put it up for you. They're not expensive, but they're fantastic. They are fantastic for making your creamiest mashed potato ever. So that's the other way that I would make a cheese onion pie. You make a pastry crust, which one day I will make a pastry for you, for those that don't know how to make pastry. Very easy, but then again, there are ready-made pastries in the shop, so you don't need to worry too much. You know, if there's something with pastry and you're not confident, but I mean, I didn't know how to make pastry at one time, and yet I make some of the nicest pastry now. I've had people tell me it's the best pastry they've ever eaten and everything, you know. So just try things. Build up your confidence. Don't be scared of doing stuff. You've got to try. So these are coming. I'll tell you what I have got that would probably enhance the flavour if I can find them. I've got some chives. There we go. I'll put some of these chives in. They won't use it up anyway, so some chives. That'll help because they're all onions, aren't they? So we'll use that. That's nice. Adds a different look to it as well. There we go. They're nice and soft now, these onions. And so what we're going to do now is we have to wait for the potatoes to finish cooking. And then I'll come back to you and we'll finish it off. Okay, see you soon. Right, the potatoes are out of the oven. They're all softened. Some of them are a little bit roasted, but again, that adds flavour. So what you do now is get a glass and you're just going to even them out a bit, spread them out, and just squash them. Just squash them into the bottom of your dish, like this. This is forming your crust for your pie instead of your pastry. Instead of having pastry. That was a bit awkward. So just squash them down like that. If I'd put the other potato in, they probably would have gone up the side of the dish as well, but you can do if you want, but you don't need it. So just like that, squash all your potato. Scrape off the potato that's on there. There we go. And then, get your onions, put your onions in. Spread them out over the dish, over your potatoes like that. So remember, this is a 3-ingredient gluten-free pie. Let me get the cloth again. And like I say, by the power of the pause button, we have all the cheese grated. Be generous with your cheese. It's a cheese and onion pie after all, you know, you don't want... I've grated together here the parmesan and the Leerdam or Macedam or whatever it is, but like I said, cheddar, white cheddar, red cheddar, whatever colour you want. I mean, if it's a nice cheese that you like, use it. I mean, in Asda you can get the bags of, is it a 3 or a 4 cheese mix? Just a bag of that will probably be enough. But I'm going to use these little mozzarella balls. You can get these in Lidl. I actually did buy them in Lidl, but I bought them because they're only €1 for a tub. So I'm putting little mozzarellas all over mine. Like I say, whatever you want, use what you want. Make it nice how you like it. I'm a bit of a cheese fiend, and I do like all kinds of cheeses. You know, some people don't like blue, fine. I love everything, but I like food, as you can probably tell. It don't skimp on it. Alright, so, there we go. Excuse me, and we're going to put that back in the oven now, and just keep your eye on it until all the cheese is melted. It's going in on about 160, I think, 180, and like I said, just keep your eye on it till the cheese is melted, and then enjoy. And I hope you do, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.